Diego Rivera, 1886 to 1957, was one of the most influential Mexican painters of the 20th century, widely regarded as the father of modern Mexican muralism. Through his bold frescoes and socially conscious themes, Rivera not only transformed Mexican art, but also left an indelible mark on the global art scene. His life, full of passion, controversy, and political engagement, remains a compelling story of art's power to shape cultural identity, early life, and education. Diego Maria de la Concepcion Juan de Pomuceno Estanislao de la Rivera y Barrientos Acosta y Rodriguez was born on December 8, 1886, in Guanajuato, Mexico. From a young age, Rivera showed an extraordinary talent for drawing. His parents encouraged his artistic abilities, and by the age of 10, he entered the Academy of San Carlos in Mexico City, where he received formal art training. At the Academy, Rivera studied classical techniques and developed a strong foundation in drawing and painting. In 1907, he traveled to Europe on a scholarship to further his studies. He spent several years in Spain and France, where he was influenced by European masters. In Paris, Rivera became immersed in the avant-garde art scene, meeting artists such as Pablo Picasso and Amadeo Modigliani. For a time, he experimented with Cubism, creating works that echoed the geometric abstraction of the movement. However, by the early 1920s, Rivera abandoned Cubism in search of a more accessible and monumental style that could communicate with ordinary people. Return to Mexico and rise of muralism. Rivera returned to Mexico in 1921, at a time when the country was undergoing a cultural renaissance following the Mexican Revolution. The new government, led by intellectuals such as Jose Vasconcelos, sought to use art as a means of educating and unifying the people. Murals, painted on public buildings, became an ideal medium for this purpose, and Rivera was at the forefront of this movement. His first major commission was a series of murals at the Ministry of Education building in Mexico City. Completed between 1923 and 1928, these vast frescoes depicted Mexican workers, farmers, and indigenous traditions, celebrating the dignity of labor and the richness of Mexico's heritage. Rivera's style combined bold colors, simplified forms, and monumental figures, making his art both powerful and accessible. He believed art should not be confined to galleries but should serve the public, especially the working class. Themes and artistic vision. Rivera's murals often carried strong social and political messages. Influenced by Marxist ideology, he sought to portray the struggles of the oppressed and the possibility of social change. His works celebrated indigenous culture, Mexican identity, and the contributions of laborers, while criticizing exploitation and inequality. In murals such as those in the National Palace in Mexico City, Rivera created sweeping historical narratives that traced Mexico's history from pre-Columbian civilizations to the Revolution. His ability to integrate complex themes into visually dynamic compositions established him as a leading muralist of his time. International fame and controversy. Rivera's reputation quickly spread beyond Mexico. In the 1930s, he was invited to the United States, where he painted significant murals in San Francisco, Detroit, and New York. His most famous and controversial American commission was a mural man at the Crossroads for Rockefeller Center in New York. Commissioned in 1933, the mural depicted technological progress, but also included an image of Vladimir Lenin, reflecting Rivera's communist sympathies. When the Rockefellers discovered this, they ordered the mural destroyed, sparking international debate about censorship and artistic freedom. Despite this setback, Rivera continued to enjoy international recognition. His Detroit industry murals at the Detroit Institute of Arts, 1932 to 1933, are considered masterpieces, depicting industrial workers as modern heroes within the factory setting. These murals remain some of the most celebrated public artworks in the United States. Personal life and Frida Kahlo. Rivera's personal life was as colorful and dramatic as his art. He was known for his larger-than-life personality, his appetite for life, and his complicated relationships. His most famous marriage was to fellow Mexican painter Frida Kahlo, whom he wedded in 1929. Their relationship was passionate but tumultuous, marked by mutual admiration, infidelity, and frequent separations. Despite these struggles, they deeply influenced each other's work and became Mexico's most iconic artistic couple. Rivera's political commitments also shaped his personal life. He was an active member of the Communist Party and welcomed figures such as Leon Trotsky to Mexico, even hosting him in his home with Kahlo. His outspoken political views often put him at odds with authorities and patrons, but also cemented his reputation as an artist deeply committed to social justice. Later years and legacy. In his later years, Rivera continued to create murals across Mexico, exploring themes of history, industry, and culture, though his health began to decline in the 1950s. He remained active until his death. Diego Rivera died on November 24th, 1957, in Mexico City, leaving behind an enormous body of work that continues to inspire artists and historians alike. Rivera's legacy lies not only in his remarkable artistic achievements, but also in his role in redefining the purpose of art. He believed that art should be a tool for education, social change, and cultural pride. By bringing monumental murals to public spaces, he democratized art, ensuring that it reached workers, peasants, and everyday citizens rather than remaining the privilege of the elite. Today, Rivera is remembered as one of Mexico's greatest cultural icons,